Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Morning Woods podcast. If you haven't already, go down to the bottom, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Today in studio, all the way from New York City, I have two good friends of mine, two very funny people that I've always looked up to in the business, and I'm glad to have them today. We have Mr. Mike Merk and Terry Mcneely.
Hey, what's up, Terry Mcneely? How you doing, baby? Johnny was so excited to introduce you.
Yeah,
you took the Irish out of your name.
I'm sorry. Terry Mcmick. That's what I meant to say.
Terry Mick.
Just Terry Mick.
Yeah,
It sounds like a seasoning. How you guys doing, man? I know you guys just did Wiley's this weekend. I always love Wiley's. How were the shows?
Oh, the shows were great, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we had a good time. Terry, what'd you think? What'd you think of Wiley's this weekend?
It was great. The hotel could have used some work, but
Where are you guys at?
it's a very nice hotel.
Was the worst, man.
Yeah. Oh man, that sucks. That's always the worst when you have like a fun gig, but then
you know when we were sorry to cut you off. The first time you did this podcast,
yes,
that hotel, the Radisson, the convention center.
Okay, so
downtown.
we did it. No. That was my other podcast. That was before this one.
Oh,
that was getting high with headliners. No. I had a couple. So I had two before I started this one, and they were failures, obviously, and it didn't really pan out. And but then we did this, and but yeah, I came. You guys were some of the first people I interviewed, actually.
That was a lot of fun because you did.
I came to the hotel, and you guys actually had the concierge let us get a whole conference room to ourselves. Yeah. You bought me an amazing breakfast.
I did.
We were just eating during the show. It was so fun.
The best is the podcast is called Getting High with Headliners, and one of the first guys you had on me was had on there was Sober Me.
Yeah, I know. And you were like, I know someone who smoked weed one time, and then we just continued talking about just ourselves.
It was silly, but yeah, we were in that hotel, and it was just, dude, it was the worst. First, they closed off like the street to get to Wiley's, the shortcut, so you got to go the long way around.
Oh man,
it's like a 24-hour
party,
block party.
Yeah,
so Terry lost the parking ticket.
That's all we have.
He lost the parking ticket like the first day we were there.
Shit.
The parking, you have to walk through this 7-mile tunnel, like 9 blocks south to get your car out of the thing.
Oh my God.
I like the Holiday Inn. You walk outside.
Yes.
The car's in the parking lot and you leave.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys got
steps.
You guys got to take
Procedures.
a bus. You got to take a shuttle back to your car.
And
it's like the fucking comedy club was closer than your car.
Yeah, and we're smokers too, right? So like we're on the 12th floor, the top floor. We got to go down. Up and down.
20-minute elevator ride. Smoke 9 cigarettes and go back to
You guys got to take Dramamine before you go back to the hotel because you got motion sickness from the elevator and shit.
It was ridiculous. The worst part is that we had another guy with us, right? We brought Sean Shank with us.
Yeah.
And like usually they give us a cot. We get a cot, so the 3 of us sharing a room, and they wouldn't give us a cot this time. So like the whole time we're trying to, like, the place was booked. Apparently there was like parents' weekend and some
back to school thing for UD.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. There was just a lot of people there, and we were trying to get into like a corner room so we could have the cot in there, because otherwise they're saying it's a fire hazard and they're sticking to their story.
Oh my God, dude.
And I tried like to do everything. Like I tried to like grease people and like
a guy from New Jersey throwing 20s around. Hey, who's the fucking mobster on the 12th floor over here?
It's not even greasing them. It was like, hey, I'll pay extra. Like, I don't, we keep 3 big white dudes.
Just as a polite gesture, like, like, can we please do? Yeah.
No, I was like, do you have a bigger room? Do you have like a bridal suite thing?
Different questions.
All right, let's keep it very real. Terry went into every closet on every floor.
Without permission.
Yeah.
Just walk.
You were like, I've been on TV. I don't give a shit who the fuck the manager is.
No, it was more like he was more like looking over his shoulder and like, oh, associates only. I'm an associate.
Yeah, you are. Everybody wants to be Terry's associate. I'm glad to be his friend.
Dude, they hit every cot in that building. They hit every single one. And this is the best part. We come back, right? We come back from the show on Friday night, right? And just on duty is the housekeeping like manager, right? So I go up to him and I'm like, hey man, you gonna get like a cot up to the room? And he goes, what room number are you guys in? And I was like, oh, man, I don't remember, you know? And he goes, if you guys are in 1228, you cannot have a cot.
Oh, my God. They wrote it down.
They put a memo out for the whole staff.
Holy shit.
You know what I mean? Like, they put our pictures or some shit.
Oh, my God, bro.
It was ridiculous.
That same branch of the hotel in Connecticut got that fucking memo. You know what I mean? They're like, they send it to everybody across the country. Do not give these guys a cot no matter what.
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude.
But listen to this, though. The next day, right, I text Erica, you know, the booker or whatever, the manager at Wiley's, and I go, hey, Erica, I tell her the story I just told you guys about the cot, like we're like on their most wanted list.
Yeah.
Right? And she texted me back. She's like, "Oh man, you guys are gonna get banned. Like you got banned from the mall."
Oh my God, you guys got banned from the mall?
Well, because we were going around like giving
out passes, and then the security guard, you can't do that. I'm like, I'm
giving
just
free
handing
tickets.
people pieces of paper.
Yeah,
You know what I want.
Yeah.
Guy came up to him on like a Segway. He's like, "Hey man, you can't give out like free passes here." You know, and Terry's like, hey, calm down. Here's some tickets to the show.
Oh, my God.
No,
dude.
but
that's so funny.
That's what she texts me, and I go, you know what? I've had it with this place. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go downstairs right now with a bunch of flyers and start blasting a boombox, and I'm going to let them know there's a show at Wiley's tonight. And then she texts me back. She's like, I'm turning off my phone. Right? So I text her back, no, it's your number on the flyer.
That's so funny, dude.
It was great.
Oh, dude, that's so funny. I love pranking people, dude.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Bro, one time I stayed at this hotel and I think I was in Erie or Flint, Michigan. I don't know where I was. I was in like
two different places. One has clean water, one doesn't.
One, it was really bad. All right, this is what I was like there for a comedy competition.
It was definitely Flint.
We were with a few other comics and we stayed at this Motel 8, right, dude? And it had been taken over by this entire family. So whoever was working the front desk, like, dude, their moms and pops was there. They had like little kids running around and like it was like a trap house, bro. Like the Motel 8, like there was people up all night. We felt really unsafe. It was crazy. There was like hookers in and out of there.
Did you try the tap water?
No, dude, nothing. We were only there for one night, but it was like the worst hotel ever.
If you're looking for quality, you have to stay at the Motel 6. Dude, this is the difference.
But if you ever just like wanted to know, like if you ever wanted to lay in your bed and just wonder whether or not you're gonna be murdered, like that's the place you want to go. Like it's not on the brochure, obviously, but it's a huge part of the experience. Dude.
I feel like they should put that on brochure.
Yeah,
I'm there. I want a near-death experience.
It's like, dude, people go to escape rooms and shit all the time, but if you really want an experience, try to escape the Motel 8 in Flint, Michigan, dude.
Go to Expedia.com.
Yeah, Expedia.com right now. They sponsored this video.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Me and Terry have stayed in some interesting hotels. Right, Terry? Come on, like
what's the worst? You guys been doing road gigs for years.
South Carolina, just a couple weeks ago, there was like beetles and shit all over in our bathroom.
What the fuck?
Like just like armadillo bugs with the shells, and they're just everywhere, crawling in the corners of the bathroom.
Oh my God, bro!
1:30 in the morning.
They gave us a 5% discount to make up for it.
They were like, that'll pay for the bug spray.
Absolutely terrible.
Oh my God, dude.
Tommy wrote no cot zone. That's hysterical.
No cot zone.
So then one of the people from the hotel came. She came to the show and she's sitting in the thing. And usually I do like my COVID stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
And so I'm not making fun of COVID. I'm making fun of the mandates and the governors and their unrealistic, stupid rules that don't mean anything. Right. It's fake rules, like not being able to put a cot in 1228.
That's the most important thing.
And every 3 jokes, I'd throw something else about the cot, just that was busting the balls.
Did you guys do the cot story at Wiley's last night?
Oh yeah.
Did you go back and forth with it?
I started,
and then he finished.
I told the whole story.
That's so fun.
He told
dude.
the story, and then
great.
I smashed it like 4 times, separated by 4 minutes.
Yeah, because there was the front desk girl. We comped her some tickets to the show. So we like kept ripping on her, telling her what's going on.
Well, that's one thing I always notice about your guys' show, and I really envy as you guys as comics is like it's always a different show. Every single time, you guys always have new stories, or you're just talking about what's going on, and like that's real comedy, dude. Yeah. Like that's just being off the cuff. But you guys have been doing it for so long. You're obviously good at punching it up when you're telling the stories, but good storytellers, like I think that's a big part of like where comedy started for me is just being able to engage with someone and like have a good laugh, dude. There's nothing like that. Like it's
shitty experiences turn into great material that night.
It really
so you have to go through the garbage.
Well, you do for them. It's like we're sacrificing ourselves where you guys are in a big way. It's fucking cool.
Time.
Yeah, we're gonna go stay at the Motel 8 just so we can come back and get some jokes.
That's how you need some material. You fucking go stay there.
So the guy Sean we were with, actually, he's a great storyteller, right? And what we didn't tell you is at the end of the night, last night, Terry, you want to tell him what happened? Terry was there. I wasn't there.
Right before we left, Mike went to get my car, so he had to leave 2 days before the show to go get my car. And that's how long it takes to get to the fucking thing. Yeah. And,
Jesus Christ.
I was looking at you like you weren't getting it, so I had to
Greyhound
walk
ticket.
into the water.
Thank you.
And then so me and Sean are coming out of our room, going into the elevator, and there's that associate's closet thing right there with the double doors. And this girl walked by, and then Sean goes, "Hey man, you think we can get a cot?" And she goes, "Yeah, what room are you in?" And he panicked and said 1228, which he wasn't supposed to. He's like, 1228. And she goes, "Yeah." He goes, no, you don't have to bring it to the room. I'll wheel it there. So we wheeled it in. We're telling the story on stage. The woman in the audience does no idea. We have a fucking cot in our room now. Yeah. Problem solved already.
Yeah, and Sean's gone already. We're keeping it in there just for good measure at this point.
Sean left and you guys kept the cot.
I'm just holding it there now, hostage.
It's cot stitched.
Yeah, it's hostage. Actually, Sean said that we're gonna rename a tour together. We're gonna start a tour together. We're gonna call it the Fire Hazard Tour.
That's great, dude. I like the names of you guys always have a different name for the tour too. And where is that inspired from? Is that you guys just get together and riff and you're like, man, this is happening. Let's talk about this. Let's go on the road. Like,
how do the multiple personalities because we're all so different.
Yeah. With
Gary
Adam Gable
and
Gable, and Gary
and Mike. But then this one, it was just 3 guys. And he sent it to her 3 headliners, so she went triple threat, and he goes,
Oh, okay, yeah. That's cool though. Yeah, I think a lot of times that's how it happens though. Like you just find something when I'm making content, or I think a lot of times as artists when they're making songs and stuff, people just name it after whatever the other person named it. Like, you know what I mean? Or you'll find something in the air and grab it, and you'll be like, all right, that sounds like the title, or that sounds like the punchline. So, all right, that's cool.
No,
that's what's up.
Yeah, it's not bad. I like it.
All right, the retention is going down right now. I better ask the hot question.
No, I'm getting bored.
Don't go anywhere.
I'm staring.
Go down to the bottom and hit like and subscribe right now. That's where you need to go. Don't leave this video.
At Mike was funny.
At Mike was funny, and you guys want to give your Instagrams right now before we go any further.
At Terry McNeely, right?
At Terry McNeely. Follow their Instagrams.
Comedy. Terry McNeely, comedian, I think it is now. It's my 3rd Instagram.
Yeah, Terry's got like.
I had 40,000 and 20,000 and 30,000, and it's my 3rd or 4th Instagram.
You have big Instagram accounts, and do you think that's due to the fact that you had some TV and movie work earlier in your career?
No, it is. No, I think it's
a lot of people found out.
It's the political aspect with my followers.
Because you're very.
I have a big mouth.
You're very open-minded.
I have a big mouth.
Or you're very outspoken, is what I meant to say.
That's also what gets me kicked off Instagram now. So it's came back to smack me in the face 4 times.
Yeah, I mean, but that's a big part of your comedy too, right? Is just
no
filter, and also speaking about what's going on, like current events. Like, I don't always understand current events, so I've always appreciated comedy in the way that they can kind of deliver it to you in a palatable way, and it kind of gets me interested. Where I'm like, okay, maybe I'll go read about this because Terry
so you like
was
CNN?
Talking about it.
All right, that's cool.
Yeah. No, I don't like CNN.
Yeah, current events and
don't
society
watch the news at all.
Society and current events is what I do, but I don't actually do any really political shit on stage.
Mm-hmm. I think that's what keeps you relevant, though, is you're always just reading and you're always figuring out what's going on in the world. So it's like you don't have I know you do have some jokes that you probably do every time in your set or whatever, maybe, but it's like I don't know, you guys just always have new stuff, and I can appreciate that as a comic because I got this same 20 minutes I've been working out for a couple of years, so it's cool to see someone be able to just
Terry's got the same hour that he's been working on for the last 20 years also.
Right. Well, you see what the fuck's going on though, and there's always a new element to your act because you know what. So.
I always throw a couple new jokes in just to not keep me from getting bored.
Yeah.
My own shit.
I learn shit from you guys too whenever we hang out.
And you always take the stuff that you have and you try to make it better and you add to it.
Yeah, you recycle shit from 2008, make it better. Like I have all my ideas. My premises are in the notebook option of the iPhone page, and I call them joke fetuses because they haven't been born yet. They're not ready to go out there. It's funny, actually. Sean said the other day.
He tried to get rid of one the other day, and I was like, "We're in Ohio. There's no abortion here."
You got to go across the border, my
listen,
dude.
Sean smashed me. He goes, and you'll never delete those fetuses because of how you feel politically. He crushed me in the room.
Did you guys ever think about, either one of you ever think about like doing your own podcast or possibly doing like YouTube? Or
we were talking about the whole way here. I am dying. I just don't have any money for any of this shit.
It's like you have the voice and like the life experience already, where I think, and you have a ton of followers where I think they would convert, a good portion of them would convert automatically. And then over time,
we should probably do a podcast of just when we go from town to town, because we have like 3 or 4 hour rides in between.
Yeah,
we
dude.
should just film us in the car.
I always wanted a videographer in the back seat, just filming everything.
Yelling at everything that drives by.
I would come with you guys and do some gigs just for nothing, just to have some fun and do it, and do a couple for you guys.
We got a room in the car, and I don't mean that as like to be a dick. Like we literally
I drive. I'll come and meet you.
Oh, we're taking your car then.
Yeah, we'll take my car. I'll come and meet you. Like
2 suitcases,
I'm a road
2 boxes
dog.
of merch.
If you guys got a gig, I'll come and meet you. We'll film it, make a vlog.
Terry's got like 9 pairs of pants and
5 bottles of bourbon.
Chicken sandwich from 2 weeks ago.
Where'd you get a chicken sandwich from?
4 cartons of cigarettes.
I got like 5 cartons of anti-diarrhea medication.
Nice.
Like Imodiums.
You got to keep it on you, bro. Keep it on deck. They don't sell it everywhere. It's like abortion pills.
Yeah.
I need
Did
that
you say we were
sugar-free
going next? Is that
Imodium.
what you said?
What's that?
Did you say we were going next?
Yeah, where are you guys headed after this? You guys you guys are still on tour, so you guys are all through the Midwest.
We're going to Indiana next.
Indiana?
Yeah.
South Bend, right? There's a new club. Terry was telling me about it earlier.
No, that's the one in Michigan.
Oh, that's Michigan.
Right over the border of South Bend.
You guys will be there.
I'll be there on Saturday, but
We'll
we're
be
going
next
to the
Saturday.
State Theater.
Indiana
We're going to
twice,
State Theater in Logansport next.
Oh, you doing the State Theater, dude?
Yeah.
That's awesome, bro. That's going to be big.
Then Valpo, 2 shows in one night in Valparaiso.
Yeah.
Back to back?
Yep.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
In one night.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. Yeah, I would love to see you guys do some sort of, I mean, I follow you guys' stories. You guys are always making funny videos and stuff and doing like the reels, but I would love to see you guys do like a podcast in your car while you're on tour, and then because I would listen to it. I would love to hear the shit that you guys talk when you're amongst yourselves.
Man. You know what?
It wouldn't be much. I'm serious. For like $200 or $300, you guys can get a little Zoom recorder, a few SM57s, and you guys could be rolling.
Comedians in cars yelling at Priuses.
Let me help you guys get on and show you, point you in the right direction to get you guys started. I would love
every
to do
time
that.
we pull up, I'm like, it's always a fucking Prius. Look at they always cause a traffic jam. They're always the catalyst of problems.
Yeah,
always.
Dude, I'm telling you. And then eventually, you guys get a couple GoPros in the car, and you start to. It could build, dude. It would be
some GoPros. I think
I'm gonna sell these. I just bought an HD camera, and I'm gonna get another one for the other side there. So I'm gonna be probably getting rid of these guys.
They should sponsor us.
Give you guys a good deal.
GoPros are great. You can do so many things with them.
Do you know how they were invented?
You can podcast. You can skateboard. You can make porn. Like it's amazing.
You really can, dude. I got it down pretty good, even though I've just upgraded. But I got like this gimbal and this light. So even in like low light situations, which a lot of comedy shows and cars, stuff like that, where I'm at and I'm vlogging.
And sexy times.
So you need like good lighting for this. So I just got this nice little setup, and I had it going pretty good. I mean, I've been using it for over a year. But for me, I want to upgrade for the stuff that I'm doing because I'm trying to do work for other comedians and other people too.
You were going to tell us how GoPro got to...
Oh, GoPro, how it got it started. So it was actually the Doppler radar. So do you guys remember the movie with Bill Paxton, Twister?
Yeah.
When they were throwing those little sensors up? That's how GoPro got invented. So they started them off as sensors and weather cams, and they were like, these things are so durable, we should market them as action cameras.
Oh, shit.
So they started putting them on people and making the vest, and that's... mounts on the bikes, and that's kind of how.
Is this a comedy podcast or a Wikipedia podcast?
Well, you
I
know
just
what?
learned some shit.
What's crazy is that might be the only thing I know. All right, I'm not a smart man. That's just some shit I regurgitated from a documentary. That's all I do is watch documentaries and listen to fucking.
That's great.
Podcasts and shit.
You get a lot of knowledge from that, and
it trickles down to the people who are willing to listen to my shit.
I love your podcast.
Thank you, dude.
I always learn something on your podcast. The last time we did the podcast, do you remember we did it in the hotel lobby?
Yes, that was the second time you guys did my show. That was on this show before I was in the studio.
And I was throwing up in the shower upstairs.
Yeah, Terry came in last minute. He was so hungover.
Go back to the archives and watch that episode.
They told me you were dead when I got there, and I was like really dead. And they were like, you know what I mean?
Weren't lying.
Like, okay.
You totally missed it.
Totally dehydrated. He needed a liquid IV.
I was laying down
fucking
in a fetal
Gatorade
position with my mouth by the drain, just spewing.
But was it worth it though? The night before was fun, right?
You always say, I'm not doing this again tonight. And then as soon as you get to the club, like I'll have one bourbon before the show, one on the stool, and then after that, like 12.
Yeah. No, but you were saying when we were in the hotel lobby, Mike, what were you talking about?
Oh no, that Terry was just.
Oh, yeah.
that was
so fun.
That was a lot of fun. We didn't expect him to be on. They were like, "Come on, get over here." He's like, I don't know. And then he came in looking like death.
That was one of those episodes where like people at home don't know, but like behind the scenes that almost didn't happen. All right. So it was such a conundrum getting there to you guys that day. And it was also, I think you guys had already did 3 shows and you were headed to a different city the next day. So I had like an hour to come and see you guys. You were already packed up when I got there. You guys were putting your shit in the car and I was like, let's sit down in the lobby real quick. So, but
we went
to the wrong hotel first.
Yeah, you went to the wrong hotel. We were sitting there waiting for you. And then as everything was packed up and getting ready to go, Terry was so like messed up. He was just going to take a shower. He didn't have time to do the podcast. Remember?
Yeah.
And then he came out. We were all like, "What? Aren't you supposed to be
walked past us twice.
Yeah, he was like smoking
He
cigarettes.
circled the lobby.
And we're like, aren't you supposed to be getting ready? What the fuck? And then
Note to self: I never wear a baseball hat.
Yeah, no, you
Almost
look like
never.
a zombie. You just creep
If
through
you
the
see
lobby.
if you see me wearing a baseball hat, I got fucked up so bad the night before.
You're trying to hide something.
Yeah.
You look like one of the boy band members that stayed too long.
Yeah.
In his career, like, he's like, what is he doing here still?
Elvis at 50. Did you guys watch the new Elvis movie?
No.
I started to watch it. It was actually
great.
pretty good. I love
good?
Elvis.
Great,
I love him, dude. And I love Tom Hanks, so I think that was it was pretty sick.
Everyone's on this Dahmer thing right now.
Man,
So
I don't
everyone's
fucking
talking
care.
about that.
I don't care, bro. That's just girls. They
don't know,
they're
man.
into it. I don't know what's going on. Maybe everyone, but I think it's like people trust women.
It makes sense. Girls love serial killer stuff.
Why though? What is the
Because-
fascination with this?
Because they want to know how to get away with the murder.
Yeah.
They wanna kill.
Yeah, it's homework for them. They're fucking
Yeah.
psychotic.
They're
going
gonna
on?
the society's gonna get flipped on its head. We're gonna start getting fucking killed, snatched into vans. Hey, it's Sally. Can you help me fix my car? What are you?
Bring out the luminol.
That would actually make sense that way.
Women confuse me. I don't know why. Like, oh, it's so hot. He's gonna kill her. Like, it makes no sense to me.
Yeah, those
Why?
whack jobs that marry serial killers in prison.
Well,
Yeah.
is it kind of like the
Like, how
idea
many
of like
daddy
jerking off?
issues do you have where you're marrying fucking Charles Manson?
It's like the idea of jerking off with a tie, or like getting a blowjob where you're like going fast on the highway. It's like that having that we could die right now. I can like.
So I got the answer right here on my
exciting.
live stream.
Oh, somebody's chiming in. Okay.
The ginger rapper. She's a comedian, Susie Reed. She said that girls love serial killers because girls love passion.
Passion.
Because they're very passionate about what they do.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I guess
That might be the best answer
I don't know.
I've ever heard.
Yeah, you know what? Listen, I passionately masturbate. I don't see girls falling on
I'm
me.
passionate
You know
about
what I'm
comedy.
saying? Like,
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. Nobody. Yeah, I just
What are
sit.
you talking about?
I just sit in silence behind GoPros. Like, you know what I mean? I'm in solitude. No one gives a shit about my passion. So maybe I should kill people.
That's so freaking.
You hear that,
passionate.
guys? Maybe I'll be a famous serial
He's
killer.
not. He's not a stalker. He's just so passionate.
He's passionate, dude. Oh my god, you can never get away with that. Did you see the show? The guys fucking follow these girls
I know
around and
about
shit.
it.
He's killed
Yeah.
multiple. Oh, he changed his name. Really, with social media, really with fucking cell phone towers. This guy changed his name. It's not believable for me.
Yeah.
Right, but they want to get into it. That's the movies that were good were like in the 70s. Horror in the 70s. If you were in Texas and there's a guy named fucking Bill with a chainsaw, you're in trouble, dude. There's nothing you can do, right? That's a serious, scary situation.
There's no more original ideas.
What's your
right?
favorite scary movie, guys?
Everything is just being remade now.
Well, what do you think
You know?
even if back in the day or even something newer like
Like ever,
there's a lot of paranormal shit
my
now.
favorite scary movie like
Ever. Yeah,
Like,
what's
it's-
good to you? Still scary.
I have to go cliche Exorcist.
Exorcist. That's not cliche. That's a fucking demon in a
Yeah,
child.
but that's like asking an Italian guy from New York. Oh, you like Goodfellas? Yeah, fucking of course he does.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. You're right. It's a cult classic for sure. I get what you're saying. And for your time, it was the biggest scary movie ever.
Oh yeah.
My stepdad loved that movie. I used to have to watch it as a kid. That piece of shit. Used to just leave it on repeat. Trying to go get cereal. In
He
the
looks
middle of
so
the night.
traumatized
Yeah,
right
he's
now.
like, yeah, go ahead, go to the fridge, kid. Go ahead. I'll just have this on full blast. 11 o'clock at night. The Exorcist was crazy. What about you, Mike?
Anything with Brendan Fraser because he terrifies me. He's just a horrible actor. He's just so bad. Like,
Bedazzled.
yeah. It's just
Or
anything
what
with
was the
him.
movie with Liz Taylor? It was actually kind of good. With she was the devil.
I don't watch anything with him. He's
So
just,
funny. Oh, you didn't like The Mummy? The Mummy was good, dude. Come on. Maybe not Brendan Fraser, but The Mummy was like actually a good series.
He ruins it all.
Oh man.
I don't know. My favorite scary movie. This is gonna be really dumb. Scream.
No, those are good series. Did you watch the
Not
new
the
one?
series, just the first movie.
The first one
That's
was
it.
great. Did you
Yeah, the
did you
whole
watch the new
idea-
one?
Huh?
The newest one? It kind of
No.
it's like a remake. It's like
Okay.
kind of weird. Okay, so it's not a remake.
Everything's a remake today. I don't know if you know. Every
so it's a
single movie
remake,
is
but
a
this
remake.
is so they bring some of the characters back from the original one,
Yeah.
quite a bit of the characters, but like these young people reenact the murder, kind of just like the first one. So it's like this weird like echo chamber. If you're into the series,
Yeah, like
or the,
every movie that's been like the Ghostbusters being redone, they
Sure.
bring back the old
Yeah, there's no
actors.
reason
There's
to
nothing
remake
new.
and ruin movies.
But I
were
like that
good.
movie
I
because
like
it
Scream 5.
changed.
How
It
about
changed.
this,
It was
Hollywood?
different. It
Buy a
changed
pencil
the.
and write it.
You know, like the whole idea of like the notion of there's only one killer. Oh, and if you didn't
Yes.
see it at this point and I ruined it for you, go fuck
it's from,
yourself. 'cause,
it's from
like,
1998.
yeah, like
Spoiler.
yeah, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Too
There's
soon.
two killers.
It's been 25 years. But that's why it's good because it kind of like it was original. You
Yeah.
know, I like stuff like that. I like something original. You know, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original one.
Yeah, the original was scary.
like- yeah, it was like, oh.
And the original Freddy.
You know?
Even
Oh,
looking,
yeah.
and this is the thing too. I think as
Jason,
society
Freddy, yeah.
matures, and I think
Halloween.
Halloween is still
Come
very
on.
scary, dude. Very scary. The original one, for sure. I wish they see. I watched the newest one in theaters, Halloween Kills, last year, and I thought it was a piece of shit. It was just a gore fest.
They got a new one this year. Coming
yeah,
out.
they got a new one. I don't
No,
even
like
know if I'm
now,
gonna see it.
coming out.
Yeah, I know this. Yeah, this Halloween.
Yeah, it's Karen gets pumpkin spice at Starbucks. Terrifying.
It sounds terrible, dude.
And the sequel, she has Uggs.
I think we just found our clip for Instagram.
She's got Uggs.
That's fantastic.
Like a flat white macchiato.
Nah,
Can I
dude.
use- Can I use my app?
I can't watch people I can't watch that gore because I've seen like Faces of Death and like those old school like real snuff films because my fucking stepfather once again. But so I watched.
Okay, you got issues, bro. You need
Dude, I know,
therapy.
I
You
really
need to
do.
talk to this man.
Nah, I haven't seen him in a long time.
You know what I mean by talk to him is lock him in a room and play Ring over and over again. That was a scary movie. Be like, this is what you did to me.
7 days.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good.
The Ring, that wasn't bad either.
Remember
yeah.
that? Yeah.
Oh, I like that, dude.
The Asian movies or whatever, like whatever they came out of Japan and stuff,
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah.
that.
Japan's a
They-
wicked place.
They got some crazy horror movies out there, like really, like you know.
They got crazy ghosts
It's
in
like
the
Germany.
forest and
It's like
shit. You know what
Germany
I'm talking
with the
about?
pornos.
Yeah.
I think everything they do is a little extreme.
Germans are hardcore. Did you guys know the modern day barbecue is actually from Germany?
Modern day barbecue. What do you mean?
Yeah.
How do you define
Like
barbecue?
Like Texas barbecue, St. Louis. I mean,
Like cooking outside, or
So
like a
the-
real barbecue, like where you smoke stuff.
so the Germans when they came over here after the World War II,
Is this
they
a Jew
brought
joke? Because
No,
I'm
no,
not
no.
gonna like it.
it's from smoked sausages. So they had these things
Okay.
called grills,
Yeah.
and it was from smoke. They used to make smoked sausages on it, and so we adopted the concept.
Okay.
Yeah, just like a lot of things. Did you know also breweries? I did a tour of a brewery in Chillicothe, Ohio. I did a show there, and then I met the owner, and he kind of showed me the process and walked me through everything from like grain to
I've done
to
that
keg.
twice.
You know, it's
yeah,
funny.
it was really fun. But he told me that actually all that technology is from German engineering.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So the kegs and the cold the lager itself.
I'm so conflicted right now as a Jew because I love barbecue, and I'm like,
And you
the
love beer
Germans,
too, right?
The Germans, I love beer. I just don't drink it anymore. But yeah,
Because you found out it was from Germany. Ever since
that's not why. It's because I'm an alcoholic.
Yeah, I mean,
I have a
he would go
problem.
on a 7-day bender and,
Yeah.
and lose 30 grand
Yeah.
at the casino. That's
Yeah.
why.
yeah, I don't drink.
I don't
either.
even need beer for that. I just do that anyway.
Are you on my bookie? They would probably sponsor you guys if you're spinning bread like that.
No, I don't.
Dude, I can't wait to see the
I don't have any
Terry
left.
and Mike podcast.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
That'd be fun.
that would be sick, dude. Seriously.
You could be our guest.
Let me be your first guest, and I'll repost
Well,
it
let's
on my
not-
story, and I'll post it on my
Let's not
social.
be hasty with the first guest thing.
Wait, hey, it's all right. We don't have to set anything in stone, but I do want
I'd
to
love
help you
for
guys
to be
get
the
started.
first guest. That'd be amazing. What do
Yeah.
you mean? That'd be so much
You guys
fun.
were one of my first guests when I started the Getting High with Headliners thing.
Terry,
I
you
think
hear
I'm gonna
that?
bring that back.
He wants the pop art cherry.
I thought.
May I?
I thought we'd have Adam be our first two guests.
There you go.
Yeah, that would be fun too. Who's Adam?
Adam Gable and
I love Adam.
oh.
Dude, he's so cool, dude. We should
you too, Johnny.
we should tell the story about last time you guys were at Wiley's and you talked me into pulling a prank on Adam.
Oh my god, that was so good.
He did not like me after that, I think.
Whatever.
Maybe, but it was still very funny.
See, if you don't know what happened, Wiley's has a marquee outside, and
Miley's.
Wiley's.
Wiley's.
Wiley's. I thought I said Wiley's. Wiley's has a marquee outside, and they put the comics names on it. and they misspelled Adam's last name.
They spelled
it's
it like
Gable.
Clark Gable.
Yeah, it was Gable, and he goes there and he's like, ugh. They messed up my name. So what he does is he gets up on it and changes it to his like original spelling to Gabel. All right. And as soon as we go inside, Johnny comes in and I go, hey, Johnny, man, I'm a little, you know what? Can you just do me a favor? You're a little taller than me. They totally misspelled Adam's name outside. Can you go put it back to
It's so fucked
He
up.
go put it to Gable. He goes, yeah, man, I got you. So he goes and he changes it. And Adam walks out. He's like, who keeps doing this?
All right, so then after we get
You
caught,
had to be careful too because we're out there every 5 minutes smoking cigarettes.
yeah. So essentially Adam figures it out, and then Mike tells him like, "Oh man, I don't know why Johnny keeps messing with you. I've never met this man in my life." And he's a comic from New York. You want to make a good impression on working comics because if I ever go to New York, Adam will be like, maybe recommend me.
Yeah.
So I don't want him to think I'm a prick. And Mike's like, nah, man, I don't know what this kid's problem is. And Adam's like, what the fuck, dude? Why is this guy hazing me? And so I was like, fuck it, dude. I was like, all right, this is how we're playing it. So I took his whole name down, right? While he was on stage, I took his name off the marquee and I went and put it on the green room couch and I spelled it wrong.
Yeah.
And then I left the green room.
Yeah.
That's what I did. And he went out and put it back up because you guys are still there for 2 more shows.
That's right.
It was fucked up. They were doing construction in the only reason I did it is because they were doing construction in the Oregon that weekend, and there was actually a huge dumpster right in front of the marquee, so no one could see it anyway. It just happened to be parked right in front of Wiley's.
That's true.
So the only reason I really was fucking with them because I was like, nobody's even gonna know this is happening. So
you try to put his name in the dumpster. That's messed up.
no, I did not try to put his name. You were trying to get me to jump in there. You were like, just see what's in there, Johnny.
Yeah, let's go dumpster diving.
Yeah. I
Hi,
was like,
Mom. How are you?
It's not what I want to do. You're like, comedy's working out, Mom. We're dumpster diving in front of clubs now.
Yeah. Tonight we eat, as my dad would.
Tonight we eat.
As my dad Igor would say, I would call him up on stage sometimes, like, Pop, this is great. It's an amazing show. He's like, oh, how many? 6 people? Like,
That's fucked up, dude.
I'm like, no, Dad, it's like 30, 40, whatever. And he's like, tonight we eat.
So were your parents like initially, when did you start comedy, Mike? And then were your parents initially like supportive of you doing that? And how do they feel now, kind of? And I'd like to ask you the same question. That's okay.
That's a good question. My dad was just kind of like, it's funny because my mom's watching now. So now like she'll know the truth. My dad was just kind of like, oh, well, how long are you going to do this for? You know, like you need to get the real job, you know? And I was like, well, Pop, I'm going to try it out for like a year. And if like nothing's happening, you know what I mean? I'll get a real job, even though I had no full intention of trying it just for a year. Like everyone before me told me that it's going to take time and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's funny because like right after like a year and a half, my dad's like, are you done? Are you finished yet? You know, like you're going to keep doing this? My mom, she was, she was just concerned, but she was supportive. She didn't, she would like say, a lot of tips she would give me would be like, she'd come to a show and she'd be like, I don't really see you there. Or like, it doesn't sound natural the way you speak, the way you're not being yourself. She would say stuff like that. And then I think it was like in year 5 or something like that in Atlantic City. They came to a show and I like recapped and did all this crowd work and crushed. And for the first time ever, my dad was like, good job.
You thought you good job. It took 5 years.
Just said good job. Right. And then also like I got a clip we filmed like this pilot last December for a project they're working on in Atlantic City, and in the actual pilot there's a clip where the B-roll clip where my dad laughs and claps, and I was like, save that right there because I think that's the first time I've ever seen that actually happen. He's supportive, don't get me wrong.
No, but is your dad like a hard man? Is it he's from a different time?
He has a great sense of humor. He's not from this planet. He
just wants the best. He just wants the best for you, and obviously comedy is not an everyday.
No, like
man's
literally,
thing.
He thinks that he's like he claims to be from a
yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, my dad.
I'm not kidding.
Talk more about this, Mike.
No,
Was he abducted? Were you abducted?
He wasn't abducted. He's here visiting, and yeah, I was like, "Why are we broke, Dad? Are you?" And then like I figured out he's sending money to like his other family and some other universe. I don't even know. It's not even in this universe.
What's your deal, bro?
My dad's silly, dude. Like there was this like green alien, right? That was like blow up doll, right? Around Halloween. I don't even know. Outside my house, like right. And he was like, "Oh, my friend, my family, he passed away." Like,
oh my god!
And I'm like, "What are you talking about, Dad?" He goes, "They're sending me a message. They're coming for me soon." Like, Ridiculous.
Holy shit, bro!
Yeah.
You've been living like this your whole life, or is this like as
He's just great. He's got that sense of humor. You know what I mean? Like, but he, like any father, he wants you to be, stable and like be able to pay your rent.
Yeah.
And, all that stuff. So
you kind of got your sense of humor from him? You think like you're silly, like because you do.
I think I got
like
it from
you
both
said,
of them.
it's like the crowd work for sure. Which one of your parents is more like witty? You think?
That's funny because like my dad's like very witty, but like ridiculous. Like if you get him, you get him. If you don't, you don't. You know what I mean? My mom is very sarcastic and very dry. Like you combine that two together.
You are right in the middle of that because you're very relatable, but also it's funny too.
Yeah,
so it's like,
you.
that's cool, bro.
I want to know who's the angry one on Terry's side because he's.
Yeah, Terry. Where does it come from? Is it the Irish?
Me is a mix. It's like my grandfather was witty, and my uncle is loud and obnoxious. He's 10 years older than me. He was like one of my idols growing up, and then my dad's very sarcastic and really really sarcastic. So I think it's a meld of the three of them.
Who were your comedy influences when you were growing up?
Hicks.
Hicks? I could see that. I could see that for sure.
Rickles.
Don Rickles, yeah.
Absolutely.
You still like him?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say he's like one of those comics that's always been working.
Love Rickles.
Since the beginning, yeah. Since I was a kid.
Amazing. I saw him when he was 82 on stage.
No kidding.
Yeah, it was Joan Rivers opened for him.
The roast of Don Rickles was so good.
I'll never see another show like this ever again.
Yeah.
Rickles was amazing. Carlin and Chappelle, even when I was younger.
Yeah.
Like the first
Killing Them Softly.
Killing Them Softly, and I think I've told you this is the best special from start to finish, in my opinion, that I've seen. And I'm even like with Sunset, Richard Pryor's
Sunset Strip, that too. When he's talking about the crack pipe, blowing himself up,
and Delirious,
so good.
Eddie
Murphy in the bubbles.
They're all great, but from start to finish,
Bigger and Blacker, Chris Rock was a perfect special.
Great one also.
The one after that maybe was his. What was that? Was it Bigger and Blacker? Is that what you said?
Bigger and Black. Yeah, the one when it said CR in the back. It was the Colorado Rockies.
Yes,
it was like that logo, and then Bigger and Blacker, and then. One more good one, and now he has Michelle Wolf writing his shit, so it's not funny.
Killing Them Softly was
I didn't know that.
by far the greatest special ever, I think.
I would agree with you. I would definitely put Killing Them Softly up there with the top. I would say it's in the top 3 for sure. But I don't know, man.
And people don't know about it because they're judging him on his new stuff right now. You know what I mean? Like they have no clue that he used to have this joke. What's great about that special, just real quick, is that he jokes about the stuff. About black guys, police, and these things are still happening 30 years later.
Exactly. He was way ahead of his time. I mean? Not that he was ahead of his time, but he was also just at that time it's been going on. I think that's what I tell people about all the cameras. Like we have so much technology and there's eyes everywhere, so we're just seeing what's always been going on.
Yeah.
Like this shit ain't really new. You just haven't been awake to it.
It's in your face.
Yeah, it's right in your face all the time.
Bill Hicks was way ahead of his time, like Terry said. Oh,
Yeah.
by the way, Terry, I'm just curious. How were your parents?
What do you mean?
When you started comedy, they're were they supportive? He asked.
Were they on board with you? And you also did you do acting before comedy or after? And how did that kind of take place?
I did that after because I didn't want to wait tables because I don't like people.
So you wanted to get gigs in between stand up.
I'd rather be a fake cop during the day in Blue Bloods and then tell dick jokes at night.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So
dude.
all the artists in New York are like, yeah, you're gonna wait tables. I'm like, I am not doing that.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit what these people want. I don't.
How did you get into acting? Because I know you're obviously a handsome guy, and I'm sure it wasn't hard to get roles.
Long time ago, sir.
Right, but But was it? You think that was because your charismatic traits, or did someone recognize you, or did you just kind of go and send your headshots to an agency, or how did that happen?
Well, when I first was doing comedy, I did. I got a commercial, Comedy Central, like Little Caesars.
Oh, cool.
And I did it. And it was we had 38 takes. It was the middle of the night in the Comedy Central office. And I was I fell in love with that process.
Behind the cameras in the movies.
Get on your one. So pay pictures up.
Yeah.
Sounds. I loved it. It was great.
I love that process too. I think even as a kid, I always like watching the behind the scenes of movies. I was more interested in that than the actual picture.
Yeah.
I was like, how did they make this? Right.
And I got lucky because the same year I got into SAG, I got my card. That was the same year I started headlining comedy. So it was I got 2 major promotions in the 2 bullshit things I was doing.
But it really kind of solidified you as a professional in both of those industries, though, right? I mean, that's fucking amazing.
Yeah, well, it was a major step up, and people go, "Oh, okay, maybe it's kind of real." And to answer Mike's question, my dad was like, you never should have left UPS.
Is that true?
Yeah, well, I left. I didn't leave voluntarily. I left through a windshield in a car accident.
Oh, holy shit.
My opening jokes were true story.
No kidding.
So then I was living with this girl, and then she, I got fired. She kicked me out. I applied for unemployment, got turned down, had like a meltdown, got like Bell's palsy and everything. It was like really depressed, and then the Bell's palsy was later.
So all that, so you're saying all that stress drove you to write the jokes and go on stage and talk about it?
My whole life friggin' fell apart. So then I went to Governor's Comedy Club, and I saw Ted Alexandro, even though we're nothing alike. He's one of my favorites, like present day comics. And then there was a thing, like a ditto on the table, like a ditto, aging myself. There's a piece of paper sitting on the desk, and it's like, think you're funny? Take 6 weeks of a class, and then you'll be on that stage. Invite your friends, and blah, blah, blah.
Invite your friends?
Invite your friends. Yeah. You didn't realize it was a pyramid scheme at first, but now you do since you've been in the business long enough.
I didn't realize it was the biggest bringer I ever did.
It was the biggest Ponzi scheme of all time.
Because I had 42 of my friends there in one show, and I've never had that much since.
And they paid.
That was 16 fucking years ago.
And they all had to buy 2 drinks, and they paid Terry a bunch of chicken fingers.
Well, I think you guys could. I think you guys could do that, and you're funny enough. And I think if you guys had a podcast and you started consistently putting them out while you guys were on the road, I think more people would come. People didn't start coming or giving a shit about me
I used to have
until
a
I did this.
podcast, actually.
Yeah.
And I will be starting a road podcast.
Please do, because
like
I really want to watch it. I really want to listen to you, even if it's just audio or whatever. That'd be so cool for real.
I used to have one called Detrimental Solutions, where people would ask us questions and we just give them like the worst, like the opposite of good advice.
Like Loveline.
It was a terrible advice show.
Yeah,
dude, that's awesome, because you guys have enough fans that they would call in and you guys could talk to them and make them a part of it. I was kind of talking to my buddy Jacob about this beforehand, because we both do different styles of content, but we both kind of do man on the street interviews where we go out and talk to people. Yeah. And that's been a great way for me to kind of round up fans, to kind of more followers, to wonder what I'm doing over here. So I think that having them be a part of it, kind of just like the comedy, you guys always talk to the audience before and after and during the fucking show. So it's
audience engagement.
It's just, I don't know. For me, it's a no-brainer that I kind of can't see why you guys aren't already doing it, because I think way more people would come, and it would just bring a bigger awareness and start creating more of a buzz around you guys.
Wants everyone to come.
I want everybody to. I want fucking 4,700 people to come. That's what I want, all at once.
The Indian gods just trying to.
Jack me off.
Everyone.
Yeah. Oh, I think that's a fun way to end it. That's okay. We only pay Dylan for 2 hours, so he has to go home to his family. His girlfriend's like, "Why the fuck are we still here?"
Oh, really?
But we
all about the money, huh? Not doing it for the love of the game, Dylan, huh?
No, that's not true. We appreciate you for being
We're
here,
cutting
Dylan.
this short because of this.
You guys were late. Technically, you guys are very Hollywood.
We were late, and you were still freaking shooting your podcast before.
That's true. All right, I try to make an excuse.
That's okay. We're totally fine. We got.
This is the same way I fight with my girlfriend. This is why I lose constantly, because I don't have any good information.
Look,
I just shout words out. I'm like, "Are you sure it's not this?" She's like, "What the fuck are you on?" I'm like, "A lot of weed."
Are you in the same? Are you in the same argument I am?
Literally, no. She's like, "It's like talking to a brick wall." I don't know. I didn't listen. I don't know what she's fucking talking about.
Thank you for having us. It was even 5 minutes just hanging out. It was cool.
Nah, I love that you guys decided to take your time to come over here and hang out with me, because I look up to you guys, and I love what you're doing over there, and I can't wait to see what you guys do in the future. You guys make sure you go follow these gentlemen and come back to Wiley's. They come here at least 2 times a year.
Yeah, at Mike Was Funny.
Or if you guys are ever in Atlantic City, these guys have a residency at, what casino is it? I don't know.
Tropicana.
Tropicana. Go see these guys at Tropicana Casino in New Jersey. Atlantic City, New Jersey.
Atlantic City, New Jersey.
Make sure you follow this podcast, subscribe, like, all that good stuff. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out.
Later.
Dude, that was awesome.